was not away. The light from the sun fell so far away. I went up with all of my strength, straight for the sun. From the depths I sprang, and I drank from the sea, but it opened up and swallowed me.
Check 1, check 2, check 3. We are live. Episode, what is this, 12? 12, 13? Something like that, boys. How we doing? How's everyone's week going? You can't answer me because you're a camera. I need some fucking friends. Cool. Shout out the guy who commented about the lights for the skateboard, because... Drum roll, please. You ready for this shit, bro? Wait, get my head out of the way. Wait. There should be 2. There we go. That shit fucking glowing, bruh. I like it. Today's been a mellow day. I didn't go to work because I normally go to bed at like 9 p.m. Some of y'all know that because I get up at like 4 a.m. for the gym. But whenever if I stay up because of like shooting or working or an event or something that makes me like stay up late, all I do is shift. Like, it's more important for me to get 7 hours of sleep personally. So I just shift everything forward. And so I moved my alarm to like, I think it was like 8 a.m. Even though I had a hard time sleeping in. I just kept waking up. My body's so like used to it. But I had a late night last night, which was very different for me. But shout out Nick in the Cut, if you guys are aware of him, or check out his YouTube channel. He shoots like little like day in the life and like full length, honestly, like documentaries on YouTube. Really nice kid. And he's more in like the NBA athlete space, but he randomly hit me up and was like, dude, I want to film a day in your life. And so he came over yesterday, woke me up with a camera at 4 a.m. and we spent the entire day together. The entire day. Fucking Nick. Never met him before, just came and spent the day with me. And that's like, it was honestly, it was awesome. He's a great guy, and I'm glad I did it. I think it's going to make for, I don't even like, you know what I mean? Some people might enjoy watching it, but like, I personally am like, oh, that'll be cool in 10 years to look back and be able to see like a day in my life when I was, 30s. So I'm glad I did it, but it really showed me how much I'm way too comfortable being alone. I'm way too comfortable with myself, man. Because having a camera guy and someone with me for like a fucking 16-hour day, I felt like drained at the end. I felt good. I felt like, dude, I had a full day. It was fun. And I had a full day as in like, I'm not used to be like having that much conversation, having that much like back and forth with a friend or with a person, so but it was funny. I just like when I finally went to bed at like 12 or 1 or something, I was like, my brain felt like mush a bit. But we also, we walked through the warehouse and fucking did like a bunch of interviews, and I had homies come skate, like Justin and like a couple skaters and shit came to skate the ramp and just kind of kick it, and we talked. I think I wasn't used to such a dude, I don't know what it is. I am trying to get better at it, but I think when I did like all those like years of Nelk, or maybe like first dealing with maybe fame a little bit, like this tiny bit of fame that I experienced. But I mean, at a certain point, it was pretty fucking crazy, as in like everywhere you go, just having to like talk to people. It turned me into such an introvert, and then I got very comfortable there, and it's something that I just had to like get back to and like get comfortable again, just like fucking hanging out with friends and hanging out with people all day, But we'll get there. I'm sipping on a a caffeine-free energy drink. This company sent me a bunch of cases to our warehouse. It's pretty good. It's peach flavored. Yeah. Got a pretty exciting weekend coming up too. I was talking to Justin, and he said that they're gonna go skate some. He's working on a video part right now, so he said he's gonna go hit some spots pretty local to me. And I've been telling him I want to like get in those streets. I want to start getting some clips. I want to get back into skating. So yeah, I think tomorrow they're gonna go skate in Torrance, which is like right by my warehouse. So I'm gonna. Hopefully I don't bail. Hopefully I fucking commit to it. I go skate with them. We skated the ramp last night, and bro, like, I really got to get back into skating. Like, I gotta treat it like the gym because I was rusty. I got to a point where I just got off the ramp and I just started fucking around in some flat. I was just like, I gotta get my like kick flips, tray flips, heel flips, just get some like clean flat back. Like I said in other videos, man, I just need to set up a nice box, a nice flat bar, and some nice flat ground, and just fucking put in the hours every week and feel confident again. It's like the most degrading thing about being a skater is getting injured or taking a break from skating and then having to go back and relearn and get back to your prime. And by the time you like get back to your prime, this has happened so many times in my life, you get back to like, damn, I got all my shit locked again. It's like right around the time you like roll your ankle or something fucking happens, and then you're back out. And then you got to go do it again. Like, it's just a cycle of that. I can't even imagine if I was a pro skater. Like, it's how I made my money. It's how I made my like living. I'm sure that's fucking stressful. Getting injured must just be like, bro, like sponsors drop you and fucking. Honestly, the whole skate world, the more I learn, the more like pro skaters I hang out with and meet, and the more I hear about like, I don't want to air anyone's shit out, but like the more I hear about the back end of being a pro skater financially and like how much these brands and stuff and sponsors like support them, it sounds like a pretty brutal path. It sounds like it's not what it used to be. Like if you were a pro skater in like 2006, I feel like you were probably living a pretty good life. Yeah, they were just making a lot more money. And you know what it is? I was talking to Justin about it last night. I was like, dude, when I was in high school, there was probably 15 people in my whole town that skated. Like, honestly, like 8 people that skated, but 15 that maybe would kind of hang at the skate park. But every single dude, no matter what, if you didn't even like fuck with skating, every single dude wore skate shoes. Like, every single dude wore skate brand clothing. It was just like, it was different then. There wasn't any competition there. Like, now look at like a high school now. I bet you if you went into a high school, or like every like 15 to like 18-year-old like guys, they're probably, how many of them are wearing skate shoes? Fucking 5%. Dude, I bet you like skateboarders in high school aren't even wearing skate shoes. And it's just because there's so many other options, and there's so many more, like so much more like things inspiring these kids to wear other shit, like Air Force One and fucking all this, you know what I mean? Like, it makes sense that like if you were a pro skater in 2006 and you had a pro model shoe and it was in every single skate shop, and it was back when people like, that's where people got their clothes. They would go to a mall, they would go to a skate shop. Different times, man. Times change. It's crazy. Times are always changing, boys. Damn, my energy is fucking low on this one. I gotta wake up. I'm definitely just, like I said, I'm a little drained. Like, yesterday was just like a very mentally draining day. Oh, I ate 3 soft cookies on my way home. It was like 12 at night. And I was like, bro, I'm not going to get fast food. I'm not going to get any bullshit. It's late. I have meal prep at home. If I really want to eat, I can eat some chicken. I lasted 3 minutes of driving and I stopped at 7-Eleven, got 3 red velvet, soft, baked cookies that were buttery, gooey, ooey, and they were fucking awesome. And then my run this morning felt like shit. That's how it works, boys. And then you kind of regret it. Like, they tasted good, but every time I eat some bad food, maybe it's because I just go to the gym so much, I just feel it. I feel it in my body. I'm like, I feel sluggish if I don't have like the right fuel in the tank. Speaking of running, speaking of gym, I always butcher this name, Achilles tendon. This part, totally fucked. It's like, it feels like someone took a syringe full of concrete and injected it in the back of my ankle. And it's been like that for like 3 days straight. And I've had this before I think I've just been doing too many miles. So I'm slowing it down. Like today, because I only have to run a mile a day. That's like my like minimum I have to do. So I just ran a mile and then just did a shitload of incline. But honestly, I think it's the incline that is making it worse too. Like, it makes sense. Like, if you're walking on an incline, I'm just, so much pressure is on that ankle. But yeah, it's like, it just sucks when you're working out that long and every step is basically painful. But I think honestly what it is I'm kind of worried because I've heard of like horror stories of Achilles tendons popping. And the recovery sounds fucking miserable. Like, I've heard it's like minimum a year. I heard it comes out of nowhere. Like, it feels really tight and really stiff. And then when you go to like eject from that foot, say you're going to start sprinting, or, a basketball player will like, move quick on his ankle, it'll just pop and it will feel like someone like shot you in the back of the foot. That's apparently what it feels like. And that's what I'm just kind of worried about as I'm running, because everything I've heard people say like is like signs of that's about to happen. That's what it feels like. So I don't know if anyone out there fucking has experienced that or thinks I should be worried. And guys, like, I would be making a big deal about this. I've rolled my ankle a million times from skating and shit. Like, if it was just like a little sore, I'd be like, whatever. This is different. It's like my ankle is literally cemented. I can't like bend my foot fully. It's not good. But yeah, we're gonna get through it. Every morning, I mean, I'll do the cold plunge and shit, but what I've been doing now is, so that I can do it like 5 times a day, every time I walk to the back deck, I just open up the cold plunge cover and just put my one leg in. Not even just my foot, because where my Achilles tendon is like hurting, it's on my bad side. I have like a bad side. I've always had a bad knee from skating. I like fucked it up and was on crutches for like a year when I was in high school. Never got an MRI, never got anything done with it. I don't think I have an ACL or something's fucked, But so I have a bad knee that kind of turned into a bad hip, and now it's like in my ankle because it's all connected. So as many times as I can, I'll like hike my shorts up and just like dip that leg into the cold plunge and just let it like go numb for like 5 minutes. I feel like it helps. I don't know. I should probably just go. I'm at the age now where it's like, I can't keep living. Like I said, when I was a kid, I fucking completely inverted my leg, skating this like 8-foot drop called the Woodyard Gap that I was trying to ollie over. And I literally couldn't walk. I had to use crutches. I couldn't walk on my leg for like over a year. And I never went to the hospital. I just wrapped it up. And then for like a decade after that, every once in a while, my leg would just give out. Like, it would be like 4 years later, I'd be like walking down the street and I would turn weird and my knee would just like collapse. And I'd be like, ooh. And it got to a point where like, because normally it would pop, it would like twist and I would collapse and then my knee would swell up like a fucking grapefruit. And this would happen in skating too, like all the time. My knee would just pop. And then when I got into MMA, same thing, especially when you're like you're twisting your hips and your knee, like your ankle, all that when you throw like a left hook, you're like twisting. And like a bunch of times I would, throw that, and even just like on a bag, not even sparring, and it would just pop and I'd collapse. And I was like, I'm really bad at just putting these things off and being like, I'm just going to work harder. I'm going to do more therapy shit. I'm going to like drink more milk or some shit. But like, I don't know. At a certain point, I got to grow up and be like, you know what it is, man? Maybe I just don't like trust these motherfucking doctors and shit. So what I think where it stemmed from, I broke my hand when I was a kid. I got kicked out of my house, and I was in an old, I grew up in like a barn. I grew up in a barn. I was a house cat. No, I'm kidding. So I grew up in like an old farmhouse that had these like old doors, wooden hard doors that have like the designs cut into them. So they're like grooves. And I'm an idiot, and I got kicked out of my house in a big fight with my mom, and I went to punch the door on my way out. Big tough guy. And I just remember it felt like my wrist bone. It felt like my hand went flat and my wrist bone hit the fucking door. Like my hand just disappeared. And I remember but I'm still mad. My adrenaline's going, and I'm like, I'm fine. But I just completely, I think it's called a boxer fracture. Is it called a boxer break? Something like that. But you can actually still see the scar. I don't know if you guys can, that'll be in focus. Oh yeah, you guys are going to see it. Yeah, it's right here. But there's a bone right here that I broke, and it sucked. I put it in, I wrapped it up. My dad picked me up. My dad and my brother made fun of me. They were like, your hand's not broken. You're fine. Fucking 4 days go by, and I'm like, my hand just looks like I'm like wearing like a fucking, like a baseball mitt. I'm like, Dad, I think something's wrong. And then I finally go in, and it was broken. It was completely broken and separate. Like it was, say these are the two bones. It was like this. And I can't remember if they had to like it fused and they had to re-break it. I remember biting on a towel. Whatever, I remember they definitely had to pull they pulled on my hand. They had to pull the bones out and then like match them back together. And I remember it took them a while to like actually line it up perfectly. Like they'd have to do it a few times and then like feel it with their hand to make sure it was straight. And that was like one of the most painful things I've ever experienced, fucking setting that bone. And then yeah, they, like what this whole story started from was like, they kind of freaked me out because they were like, you're going to have to get a plate put in, this like huge steel plate, and screw it in. And I was like terrified of surgeries at the time. And then I went to another doctor and got like the same recommendation. And then I was about to do the surgery. I had to do it like the next morning, and I didn't go because like, I don't know if it was me or my dad. We were like, I just want to go get like one more opinion. And I go to this other doctor, and he goes, dude, you don't need a plate. You're gonna be fine. Those doctors are just trying to make insurance money. Or like he said some shit where he was just like, they'll throw a plate in your hand if like they'll push for a surgery if you don't need one, but it also wouldn't hurt you to get one just because they're gonna make money. And that always stuck with me. And I was just like, dude, like everything is a fucking business. And when it comes to like health, that's when it really bothers me. Like anyone that is saying things or doing things or making decisions based on profitability or like, benefiting them or the company when it comes to like health and medicine, I think it's like probably the scariest thing. Like you just want to, when it comes to that shit, you just want to trust that like these people have your best interests. Like we're dealing with your health. We're dealing with like something in your body, I don't know. And I just built this like anti-trusting that they have. They're like, that they're not like, I don't know. It's like probably the same way I didn't like, when I went through a lot of like depression shit or anxiety or like bipolar type symptoms. And like, I just always thought like, oh, it's like a racket. Like I'm just going to get put on pills that I'm going to have to pay for every month. And then I'll get addicted to them or some shit. Like I definitely like don't trust like a lot of shit when it comes to like healthcare and doctors and government. What are we talking about, bruh? Oh, I went to Runyon. Went to Runyon the other day. Haven't been there in so long. I was at a Equinox out in Hollywood, which was kind of funny. I was like, sometimes like 'cause I have an Equinox membership where I can go to any Equinox. So sometimes to just like switch it up because I had to go to Sammy's camera to go look at the C80 and a couple lenses and some stuff. So I was out that way and I was like, yeah, I'll just go hit up a new Equinox, like a new scenery. Like I'm not being weird, dude. I have nothing against gay people. Nothing. Do you, boo? But like I couldn't help but like be on this treadmill. I had like 15 different dudes like kind of like smiling and winking at me. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, I was like, dude, LA is like kind of different, bro. Like, I'm just like I felt like uncomfortable, not gonna lie. And I'm like, what is going on? And then I like, that, I don't know, I just realized I'm like, oh, I'm at the West Hollywood Equinox. Isn't like, I also smoked a joint at the top of Runyon. That was nice. Just looking at the sunset. Smoked a little J. Didn't really feel it though. It was this little tiny baby boy. Weed is so weird. Like, I also kind of probably bitched out. I didn't smoke a lot of it, but like, I don't know. I've never had a stoner phase in my life when it comes with weed. Like, I've never really said no to weed. If someone has a joint and it's like the right vibe, the right environment, I'll smoke it. I'll take a puff. It's just, I find weed is the most inconsistent drug out of everything in the world. You just, I could smoke like 2 full joints and be like fine. And then I could take 1 puff of a certain joint and I'm literally need a dark room and like I have like tunnel vision and I'm like, I feel like I'm like stuck in a dream or something. But when you smoke the right weed and it hits you the right way and it's like nighttime kind of vibes, or you're watching a movie, like especially like an animated movie, weed is like, that feeling is pretty nice. It's pretty chill. Oh, oh. Wu-Tang is such a vibe. Dude, people that don't fuck with Wu-Tang don't understand it. So much of my music taste, I wonder if I would have it if it wasn't for skateboarding. I never really got into new school rap. There's the odd song I'm like, oh, this is sick. But it's very rare. It's super fucking rare that like a song that comes out this year I'm gonna have on repeat. I just play like the classics, man. It's like all the good music's already been made. Like if you guys put me on, I try to put you guys on. That's why like it's literally like a slap in the face to like YouTube. At the starting of every one of these podcasts, I just play a song that's like a song I'm bumping that day that I think is fire. Kind of in a way like giving you guys like my personal playlist. I'm like, oh, after I shoot 100 episodes, there's going to be 100 tracks that I'll never put the same one on, you know what I mean? So you guys are just going to get like my taste of music. But it's so funny because it's so unneeded and it just pretty much stops it so that I make no AdSense on this channel ever. But it's kind of sick. Keeps me in check. It's like, I don't want to make money on this channel. I want to just like, I just want to make it whatever the fuck I want to make it. But yeah, if there's an artist or a song that's came out in the last year, comment it below, because I gotta try to change it. Like, think about music you've heard me play and try to recommend a song that I would actually fuck with. Because I'm at a point where like, how many times can I just keep putting on No Surprises Radiohead? How many times can I play Nirvana? How many times can I play Mac Miller, Wu-Tang, Eminem? A lot. Dude, shout out fucking Justin, dude. Such a good homie. He showed me this Rick Rubin clip that I might even download and try to put in this video because I want you guys to see it. You know when you see like a motivational like quote or video or like someone in a podcast says this thing and it gets shared around and you're like, oh, like, dude, you got to see this. So like open your eyes to this. Like, this is like, I think it's like the number one clip I've ever seen for creatives, like for creative people. But Rick Rubin just fucking nailed it. So simply put too. And I'm going to misquote him, but it was basically like, I don't create art for my audience. I create art for myself. And that is, in fact, the best thing I could be doing for my audience. I hope I got that right. It's so short, it's so simple, and it says so much. Like, if you're watching this, like even me, I've accomplished a lot, I've done a lot. It speaks so true to like how I see things. And I didn't always think this way. I wouldn't have always agreed with Rick on this, but like it's so spot on. I do think what he's saying though, I mean, here, let me break down what he's saying in my opinion. It's if you don't understand, basically just people that try to create things that they think is going to perform or create things for their audience will never compare to the people that are just creating something that's for themselves. Like the only purpose, the only drive of why they're creating it is because they have to get it out of their system. It's all for them. It's like selfish in a way. And you create the best, like that's art. You create the best form of art. And then if you're creating the best form of art and you have fans or you have an audience, that's all they really actually want you to do. They don't want you to create things for them, you know? And it was so well put. Yeah, I even like what he said about like, you know, like a big studio makes a massive Marvel movie that fucking sucks. But all the data and all the logistics and everything points in the right direction that this movie's going to be a winner. That's not art. That is something else, is what he said. And it's like, that's so fucking spot on. It's so true. I don't know what you'd call it. It's just like a marketed product or something. It's not art, you know? I also have a hot take. I've been listening to a decent amount of like Theo Von and a couple other, like, you know, like Joe Rogan, all the podcasts I'll tell you guys I listen to. Theo Von lately has been having on a bunch of these like tech billionaire CEOs like Zuckerberg, and you know Joe's had Zuckerberg on, and I'm blanking on his name, the guy who created ChatGPT, he just had on. And again, it's kind of like when I brought up the AI subject. It's funny, I'm always interested. I look at the comment sections only because I'm like, I first like to always like listen to it myself, have my own opinion, and then I like to go see what like the general public is like, how are they taking it? And it seems to always be like the same thing. Whenever these like tech giants go on, it's always like these guys are lizard people, they're evil, they're bad people, they're idiots, they're like, it's a lot, like an insane amount of hate. Again, I brought this up before. I think we're also just in this weird era. Like there's always been hate, but we're in this weird era where like everyone is like praying for this like downfall, or anyone that has made success, we want to like rip them down. It's fucking weird. And I know you guys, a lot of people aren't going to agree with me on this, but I just don't have that like outlook when I listen to like a Zuckerberg or listen to the guy from ChatGPT or any of these like even like Elon Musk and like all these things. It's like, I know that there's gonna be people commenting about like political things they've done and shit. Like, dude, I do not follow any of that stuff. So like any of my opinion is just based on like kind of what they've accomplished or like I'm only focusing on what they're creating and then conversations I've heard. That's it. That's all I can judge. I don't judge any of the other stuff. I just don't care. Like, is that okay? Can I just not care about any of that shit? Like I don't care about like that Elon supported Trump and did that, like, you know what I mean? Like I have zero interest in politics shit. I've never cared about it. I think it's so weird that like high school kids care about like politics as much and shit. Like I don't, it's almost like even me saying like I don't care about politics, I've gotten like hate because it's like you're an idiot for not caring. Like maybe I am, but like I also see a lot of people that like care a lot about that shit and they're just always like stressed and upset. And I don't know what it is. I just like I never care about anything I can't control. That's the best way I can describe it to you guys. I have no control over any of that stuff. You know? Like so I can't care about it. I can't give it any energy, you know? It's probably even why I never got into like watching sports. Like besides UFC, you know? Like I've never got into sports and I've same kind of like thing. I see people get like so emotionally like ripped apart, whether it's happy or sad about like their team winning or their team losing. And it's like, you can't control it. I think it's like unhealthy to be attached to stuff you can't control, man. Like at that level where it's like your identity. I don't know. I hope that doesn't make a bunch of y'all upset when I say shit like that, but because I'm also not trying to attack anyone, dude. Like, be into whatever the fuck you're into. If you're fucking super into politics and it's interesting to you, then fuck yeah, dude. I'm hyped on anyone that's just interested in anything. But like, I hope it's like in your guys' eyes, it's like, yeah, that's fine. Jesse's just not into that shit. He has zero interest in that shit. Is that okay? You know? But like, sorry, I went on a little rant there. But yeah, so when it comes to these like tech giants, my mind always goes to like, I'm wildly impressed. Like I find it weird that there's so much hate because I'm just like, these dudes are normally like kind of young, and not that like money fucking matters, but like being like top 10 like wealthiest people in the fucking world is like, it's pretty incredible to be like, you are a special kind of brain to be able to figure that out. But then when it's also like put money aside, put billions aside, it's like they've created things that like literally changed the world. You know what I mean? Like Steve Jobs with the fucking, you know, what he did with music and then with phones and like the whole operating system of, you know, creating like the Macs, MacBooks, iMacs that changed the whole game for every creative out there. You know, he created like this massive tool for everyone. And then I look at even like ChatGPT and like I've told you guys about like how I do to, like I see all that stuff as just like a tool, like another tool in your belt to use. And like, dude, ChatGPT is like replacing Google, like especially to the younger generation. Like it's funny, like when I was doing the day in the life the other day with Nick, I asked him a question about this lens because I'm buying a new camera and I was like, oh, will this lens work on this? And he's chat GPTing to see if like what lens will work on this camera and stuff. Like I've seen that with like a younger, even if it's like 25 and under, everyone is just chat GPTing it instead of like Googling it. I'm still not there. I still like Google shit. You know what I mean? But like it's replacing Google. It's fucking crazy, you know? You know, like the guy who created like Uber, I feel like he's just like hated. It's like all these people are just like hated. Dude, this guy's like a cyborg, a lizard, like that whole thing. But like even the way he like answers Theo Vaughn in the podcast or like the way he talks, they're all kind of like hating on it. Like it's weird. His brain's weird. And I'm like, yeah, like it's fascinating. Like his brain should be weird. Like these people are doing something that like 10 people in the world have done. It's like, shouldn't they be fucking strange? They should not. Nothing should be normal about these guys. You know what I mean? I guess it does get a little scary when you're like, you think about how much power these guys have. Like, even like bringing AI to life and all that and how many things it's going to change. Or like Mark Zuckerberg and social media like Instagram and Elon Musk and Twitter. Like, I do get that side of the coin of like, I can't just sit here and be like amazed at what these guys have accomplished and created and their brains are fascinating. I do understand the side and am kind of scared or like freaked out by like a human has that much power of changing millions of lives and how the world works. And you know what I mean? Like, guys, I hear you on that. That is fucking crazy. Like, super crazy. Like, what scares me with that is, let's talk Zuckerberg, right? It's like I've brought up before, every business is hitting certain amount of numbers to be profitable, but scaling each year to keep like investors and whatever happy. And I think that gets very scary when you're at that level and you still have to grow year on, year out. Like, you still have to scale, but your decisions could change everyone's lives or like millions or billions of people's lives. But are you making decisions based on making sure that the investors are happy and the business keeps scaling? Or are you like, what's the balance of, is this right for humanity and for the people, and how is it affecting them? And I'm still scaling this business and I'm a great CEO, you know, like there should be a balance there. I don't think it works. You can't just be like, I mean, I guess you could, but like if you were just like only for like what's the best experience for people, but then like the whole business capsizes and sinks and you're the worst CEO ever. Like, I don't know if that's the right answer, but like it should be like a nice balance. But you know what it is? I think it's like maybe because like even for me, like when I've built companies and like when they get big, I want out, you know? Like when it gets to the point of we're just doing things to scale and not just doing what we like actually want to accomplish or want to create, I lose all interest in it. Like that's not where my drive comes from. Like my drive maybe came from making money and all those things when I didn't have money. And I think that's fine. Like, you know, even when I was coming up, it was like I was trying to chase security, and I was trying to take care of my family, and I wanted to get a home because I never owned a home growing up, and like I wanted these things to feel safe. And but once I had that, and once my family was good, I couldn't get any drive from that. The money and none of these things could drive me ever again. It was very clear. It was like, I have enough. I'm good. Like, I don't want to, like, even when I've said this before, but like when I started Sunday and I did all that, it's like, I'm working fucking 3 times more than I did when I did an elk. Like I work so much more, and the drive's a completely different thing. It's only from passions. It's only from like, I have a problem with starting too many projects and shit. You know what I mean? So like it's I do think my drive is coming from like a really beautiful place, and I'm very happy about that. Like I'm happy that I don't even know why I'm built that way, to be honest. I don't know why it got embedded into me. And I know it sounds like I'm saying this to make myself like look good. I'm not. It's like I know it makes me look good, but like it's the truth. Like I really just, if I'm not excited about something, if it's not like hurting me to fucking want to bring this to life, I can't fucking be excited about it. It becomes work, and then it becomes something else. And the reason I can go to like my warehouse and work for fucking 15 hours straight is like because I fucking love it. It doesn't feel like work, you know? And yeah, it's just super interesting. I think all the hate on these like people that have achieved insane things is kind of wild. But I do see people's point when it comes to the amount of lives that the decisions they're making at that level, it can change and it can affect. And how much are they actually caring about the people? I think the biggest one out of them all is probably the social media. It's kind of the AI shit too. It's everyone being addicted to their phone. That's like I just have to like say that, like it's everyone in these algorithms, and like I don't even use my phone that much. I'm actually pretty good at it, but like I still catch myself like, dude, 40 minutes just went by and I've been like scrolling on Instagram or some shit. And I'm like, what is going on? Luckily, I've never had TikTok on my phone. I've never made a TikTok account. I've had like for Shithole and Sunday, like I've had like employees run pages that we like posted clips to like promote the show and stuff. But like I've never had TikTok on my phone. It was the one that like maybe it started popping off right when I was kind of already like feeling like social media was too much for me. And I just didn't want to start another one. And I have friends and I hear it all the time, just people like saying like the algorithm and how they're like, it is smarter than you. It like knows how to, like, people just say they get sucked into TikTok, just fucking constantly scrolling. It makes me a little worried for the younger generation, or like, dude, even if like I have kids one day, like I wonder how people that have like a 5-year-old or maybe even like let's say like a 13-year-old or 15-year-old right now, like what is the right thing to do? Like, do you say to your kid, like, you're not going to have a phone, you're not going to have Instagram, you're not going to have all these things, which like, that's what my mind goes to. I'd be like, dude, I want you to enjoy like the childhood I fucking had, where I like rode my bike to my friend's house to go say what's up. Like I did things, you know, I built fucking tree forts and shot imaginary people in the woods with a wood gun. Like I fucking did all that shit, you know? I used to go to my fucking neighbor's house, Nick, when I was a kid, and we would use hockey sticks that would be like rifles, and we would shoot fake gorillas in his backyard. And we would play this game every day. I don't even know what it was called. We would run around and we would pretend we're being chased and we would like shoot them. And then we would get an old mattress and a ladder, and we would play songs on a tape player and do like wrestling walkouts and do like Triple H, like drink the water and like spit the water in the air. Like we would do like wrestling walkouts and then do like different takedowns and shit on the mattress in the backyard. Like it's like, dude, I want my kid to do all these things if I have a kid one day. You know what I mean? But then is it also weird if you're like everyone in school, there's a whole world of social media and Instagram and like, ooh, the girl I like followed me and like whatever. Like there's a whole world, and you're just going to like stop your kid from being involved in that. Like your kid's the weird kid who's like not allowed to have a phone. Is that right? But like, is your kid the weird kid to not have a phone? Or is he the fucking just like one of the real kids? He's cool, you know? I don't know how I'm going to deal with that if I have a kid one day. I mean, I got to stop saying if. Like, I'm going to have a kid one day. I'm going to have a little son. He's going to be dope. And his name's going to be Rivers. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is with that. If any of y'all have kids, especially if they're like, you know, they're not like babies. I guess even like babies are on fucking like iPads and shit, just like playing Candy Crush or something. Like, but like, yo, if you guys have kids, like, what do you guys do? What do you like? Do you let them have a phone, but you like parent gate it where you can like see everything they're doing? Or do you block certain apps? Or is it like they can only use kids YouTube or something? Like, it's probably such a tool as a parent. It's like a cheat code. It's like how to, like, kids used to just like run around and like yell and fucking cause shit, and you'd have to like hang out with them or play with. It's like having a dog. Like, you gotta like tire them out and shit. But like, I wonder if it's like a cheat code now where a parent kind of just falls into it, where they just like give their kid an iPad and they're like, you know, put some headphones on them, give them an iPad, and then like the kid's just quiet for like 6 hours. But it's like, what is that 6 hours on an iPad doing to that kid? You know what I mean? Like, the whole thing is kind of crazy. I'm definitely one of those guys that, I mean, clearly I'm obsessed with the 90s and the 2000s, but it would be nice if like we all just like snapped our fingers and went back. Like, if we could, like if they just like shut it down. I don't know if it would mean like shut down the internet, but like just, I think it's like it's the iPhone, man. It's the fucking It's the social media iPhone in your pocket. You always have access to it. It's the you're waiting for your coffee at a coffee shop and you scroll on Instagram instead of like being in the coffee shop and like looking around and like having a conversation with someone, you know? Like every like even when I go, like especially like an airport. I've been in an airport and like not been on my phone. Say I'm just like listening to music. I'll like look around and sometimes it is kind of shocking. You're just like everyone is just staring at a phone. Like everyone. Always. Like no one is just like having a conversation or like waiting to have a conversation with someone or like looking around and like being in the moment. Like we're all just looking. Like a concert, that's another one. It's like your favorite song comes on or whatever and you could just like be there and like feel it and like enjoy it with your friend and dance or do whatever. But it's like every fucking phone goes up. I need to like post this. I need to share this. I need to send this to someone. I need to film it. And they just film it all. And it's like, I don't know. I had an idea. I wrote in my journal like last week. Maybe this is like a crazy idea, but like making an event. It's kind of like how people like role play like Civil War times. I forget what it's called, but like they all dress up and they like pretend it's a certain era of time, like the 1800s or some shit. It'd be cool if there was like a music event that happens every year and everything about it is like the 90s or everything about it is like the 2000s. Like where if you literally weren't allowed to bring an iPhone, you weren't allowed. Like there was like a strict rule. Where if you only were allowed to like wear vintage, like even the clothes you wear, they have to be from a certain date. Like, and the only thing you could bring in is like a flip phone or like an old like Sony Handycam. Like every electronic, every clothing, everything has to be from the 90s. So that like for a weekend, people could go to this event, go to this place and feel like they went into a time machine. And then all the like footage that would come from this event or this concert or whatever it would be, all of the footage that you even see online, the only way it could be filmed is on like a 90s vintage camera. So like, and then the footage would only be people wearing like 90s clothing. The footage would only have like no one would be on their phones. And if they were, it was like a flip phone, like a chocolate slide or like a, it would be crazy. It would be like any footage you see from this event would actually, it would be like you're filming a movie from the 90s and you have to like do the set design and everything has to be like dated. It'd be cool. It'd be like, not only would you there experiencing it be like, actually feel like you went in a time machine, but also any footage you see from this event would feel like this is old footage. I don't know. I feel like that would be a cool idea. I feel like I've definitely been like coining the 90s and coining 2000s as I build these brands. I mean, even my fucking Instagram name has always been MTV Jesse. Like I've always been like stuck in that era. Maybe that'll be like one of those cool things. Like my mind wanders sometimes, you know, with like maybe one day like Happy Dad sells and like, you know, like I got money that I don't know what the fuck to do with. So I just have fun with it in my brain. And I'm like, what could I bring to life? What could I like, what experience could I create? And it's like, maybe that would be like one of them, like creating this like time machine 90s music festival thing. Like even all the artists that you book for the event are only artists that were big in that era. Like you can't bring Lil Yachty. You can't get Drake. You can't like, and then the other idea I wrote down was if you did want to get like, say you wanted Post Malone to come to this, like he thought the idea was cool. He wants to like go perform. He can only come perform if he does like a cover band of like Nirvana. So like you can get new artists, but they only can come and perform like maybe songs that they loved but from that era. I don't know. Maybe it's a silly idea. I'm going to go to the gym. Sorry, I'm going to cut this short, guys. I already went to the gym this morning, but I'm just now getting back into weights. So I'm starting to do weights at night. So It's like 5 p.m. ish or something, maybe 6 now, and the gym closes at 10. So I'm gonna go there and just go get a lift in, hit some chest, and then crash. But maybe I'll edit this tonight and try to get this up for you guys. But I'm gonna head out. I'll see you guys in a couple days. Love ya. Peace.